Welcome to Loud and Queer, your one-stop shop for everything viewed through the queer eye. We're going to be talking about a very interesting topic. Dating or talking?
I don't really understand what either of them entails, but we're going to unpack that today.
The root of it all, of course, as we know, is dating apps. What do you use?
What do I use? I've used them all. I've used OkCupid. I've used Tinder. Tinder was my first dating app, actually. And I was really nervous to be on there because I thought only losers did online dating, but clearly we're all losers now. So I had Tinder first, and then eventually I got this dating app called Her. So those are the three that I've had in my possession. Right now I only have Tinder. What have you used?
Girl, what haven't I used? I use them all, even the bullshit ones. I've used Grindr, of course, Tinder, OkCupid, Meet Me.
Meet Me.
I used Meet Me back when it was my yearbook. If anybody remembers that. And honestly, if you're creative enough, you can use Omegle or ChatTurbate as a dating app. It worked out kind of well for me.
I used to use those little, those little, like, virtual worlds. Real avatars. I'd be trying to hit on them girls on there.
Hey!
Who here likes girls?
Second Life. Oh my god, wait. Who remembers? I was really young for this, but the chats. Remember that? The chat rooms.
Yeah.
There was one called Moco Space, and it was very...
I remember. I used that.
You used
But
Moco
I
Space?
catfished people on it. Yeah, I was definitely a catfish. I don't know if you guys out there know, but there's this show called South of Nowhere, and it's about these lesbians in high school, and it used to show on the end where they show Degrassi, and I used to use one of the actresses' pictures as my picture because nobody knew what that show was.
Oh my
so everybody would be
gosh.
like, oh my god, you're so pretty, oh my gosh, and I would just catfish all day.
Catfish. I mean, who really hasn't catfished? I've catfished quite a bit.
Before catfish was a thing. Now we're getting got.
Now we're out here getting got. But honestly, I'd love to get on that show.
Me too.
That's like the highest of the highest catfishes. Like, how you keep that shit going on for months, fake through Skypes, all that shit. It's an art form.
For real.
Do you find that the dating apps work for you? Or...
I would say that they have worked. I think that meeting in person is always the best option from what I've learned. But I've had success. I've met people. And I think they're good to an extent.
To an extent.
Yeah. Do you think they work for you?
Define what you mean by work. Because, I mean, if you just trying to get a little nookie, a little licky, a little something, I mean, yeah, they work. But I don't really think that they could be called dating apps because people aren't really doing, like, the dating, the relationship thing on them. They're just
not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right. I mean, with Grindr, they have that whole thing set up for hookups. None of the other apps have a distance meter. You gonna tell me that's for dating? I really gotta know that Juan Pablo is 4 minutes away? What do you think is probably your least favorite thing about the dating apps?
My least favorite thing is that people don't take them seriously, like we were talking about. They're not used for dating apps. They're not used for dating because people aren't actually going on dates. They're not willing to meet up. They just want to chat with you or promote their Instagram. So
True! I cannot tell you how many times I'm, like, on whichever app and this really hot guy messages me and I'm just like, oh, a bitch got lucky. No, because he's just like... a little, like, pre-written message, hey, you're really cool. Check out my Instagram. I'm never really on this app.
Right.
It's ... like, and subscribe. Like, they feel like YouTubers, honestly, at the end of every video, where they're just like, or at the beginning, because YouTubers are bold these days, or... Be sure to like and comment and...
Before this video starts, give this video a thumbs up.
And you'll see right down there, there's a little subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the Bullshit. Let me get through it first and decide whether you're worthy or not.
Right. People really use it as a platform to, like, promote themselves, which, you know, more power to you. That's amazing. But
you can't really be doing that on dating apps. It's a dating app.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, promote yourself, but don't get a fat bitch's hopes up.
I just think that people, I don't know, people are using it as social media. Like, people want to make friends. They're there for friends, which, like, I guess nothing's wrong with that, but I'm like, y'all can't go outside. Like, people are always like, I'm here for friends, or I'm never on here, check my Instagram. And I'm just like, you really needed to download Tinder for that?
But the funny thing where it comes with that, and this is something that I find, it's a little bit different because I have a yearning for friends that really understand my life and what I'm doing. You know, I'm looking for, like, queer friends.
Yeah.
Of course. And I lucked into just having you be 5 minutes away.
I'm gonna cry.
But, you know, shit, I want some more. I'm greedy. Give me some more. So I kind of do understand why people would go on there. And I think the best thing that they can do is just outright state it. I'm looking for friends.
Which is nice, because at least you know what they're on there for, and they're not gonna lead you on.
The ones that get me are the ones that are like, I'm looking for friends. And then they hit you up at 2 o'clock in the morning with a dick pic. And it's just like, nice to meet you, friend. What, am I supposed to shake that? Is this how is friends? All right.
I didn't know that's what friend. I don't do that with none of my friends.
Maybe I should.
Oh wow.
I feel like what these dating apps are really geared towards is that whole talking thing that people are doing. But I guess the question is, what's the difference for you personally between dating and talking?
I don't even know what talking is, so I really gotta think about this. Because the first time I heard the term, it was, I guess, like around high school or something like that.
Yeah, that's when it really got...
Yeah, and people would be like, oh no, we're just talking. Like, I'm just talking to him. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I had no... Because I hadn't dated anybody, you know, my queer self. So I definitely think the difference is how seriously you take the relationship or whatever it is. I think that if you're dating someone, you're really trying to be in a relationship with them in the future. And if you're talking to someone, I guess it's just kind of like...
Here for now.
Yeah, like immediate pleasure, you know? Something like that.
Yeah, it just comes down to, like, what you had stated earlier. Commitment versus non-commitment, you know? And sometimes people just want to hit each other up every now and then, do a little Netflix and chill, fold my laundry, I'll suck your dick, stuff like that, you know? Simple.
Wow, so speaking of that last statement, have you talked to anyone? Is that something that you've done?
Oh, I've talked to everyone. But it's just the thing to do now. I don't do it because I want to. I do it because that's just what happens.
You do it because you have to.
Right. Like, all these people, they hit you up and they all just kind of want that little non-commitment. And I'm just here just like, you know what sounds nice? Some conversation and some dick. Honestly.
You can get that for free these days.
Exactly.
No one needs to hire prostitutes.
But then, you know, there is that little bit more, that yearning where you want more. So I think that's where it really comes down to. If you are you a talker or a dater? I'm a dater.
I'm definitely a dater. For me, I'm so much of a dater that I can't do the talking thing. And that's why I asked, because I haven't personally... I wouldn't say that I've talked to anybody. People have talked to me. Which I just found out. But I've never been the type to, like, waste my time on a person like that. I'm always going in with the intentions of more because I don't like people that much.
You want the real thing.
Yeah, I don't like people enough to just, you know, have someone around that I don't plan on being with. Because that's just extra drama and extra...
I think there's a little bit of a pro to talking.
I can see that after being heartbroken.
You're not adding me, are you?
No!
Good. I find that talking, it's really good just because you do get that urge every now and then. You know, you don't really have anybody specific that you're willing to put time and energy into, but you still want a little nookie. I'm guilty of it. You know, you send those late night texts, like, you still up, stuff like that. That's talking. And I think it's good to do that. But I also don't think, for the person that I am, it's all that I want.
Right. Do you think people get confused between the two? Like,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
People are thinking that dating is talking.
Exactly. And
that's the issue.
Point. Right.
Like, if you're really trying to date somebody, that means, like, you're trying to see this person regularly. You're trying to spend time with this person. You're trying to get to know who they are and what they're about. You know, that's really what dating is. With talking, I find that there's not too much in-depth happening, you know? Like, you just talk, of course, a little bit, and then you suck a little bit, and then you fuck a little bit.
That was a beautiful breakdown. Wow. When can I get my t-shirt?
When? We will be promoting those over at Teespring right now. Use code loud and queer to save 10% on your next purchase.
We are not them YouTubers. I refuse.
Hashtag not sponsored.
You said that you are a dater.
I'm a dater who enjoys to talk. I'm a little bit of both, honestly.
Okay.
I'm the kind of person that, like, I'll keep multiple people on the line at once, and it's not a bad thing, I wouldn't say. There's just some people that I really do see a future with, and I talk with them, and before we get into that real commitment stage, I'm also talking to other people that are ready, and they know what I like and how I like it, you know? So it's just, I find that I can keep a balance between the both, but I am a dater, you know?
Okay. It's a little bit more difficult for me because I just don't, I'm a one woman. If I'm talking to one person, like, chances are I'm not talking to another person. Just because, like, it's really difficult for me to find people that I, like, connect with. So chances are it's just gonna be one person at a time, and if we talking, we probably dating, I would hope. But on to the next thing. Dating as a queer.
Dating as a queer. Where do you find the queers?
Where are they?
Where I can barely answer that question. Not only are there apps,
they're in this room.
Right here.
Find us.
Please don't. I mean, if you cute, yes, find me. But
bye.
Not only are dating apps available, what do you think about the viability of gay clubs and gay bars?
Gay clubs and gay bars are not what I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
They're not what I saw on TV, and I'm highly disappointed.
I was so pumped for all the lights and the music and the dancing and the glory holes, but no.
None to be found.
Of them.
But I think it's just because of the change in the what do you call it?
The scene?
Like the city. Like the city changed because they knocked down all the clubs because they didn't like that the gay people were there and taking over and giving people AIDS and shit. Damn. It was a whole thing. And so they turned all the clubs into, like, lounges because, like, a lot of people were, like, doing drugs in the clubs and all this crazy stuff was happening and the cops were always coming. So they turned all the clubs into lounges, and that's why we have these spaces that we have today. But they just seem like they're there for everyone, which isn't a bad thing. You know,
it's a bad thing.
We want an open door policy.
I don't. Let me break it down to you. If you're having your little bachelorette party, why are you getting in between me and Mr. Johnny 10-inch over there? I'm trying to get it in. I'm trying to have a space where I don't have to see your heterosexual ass.
That's true.
Why are you there?
They like Honestly, to go to drag shows.
And cool. They don't know how to act at drag shows. They don't. Bitch, it's not your moment. Don't get on the stage. Don't. Because what I find is that they're not doing any of this on purpose. They're not malicious. They're just ignorant. Right. They don't take the second to think outside of their own head and realize, like, hey, these people don't really have the public space.
Right, and we're
accessible
intruding
to
on
them.
it.
Right. Like, if we have our own space, because that's just what we need, what makes you think you can just go in there? And I'm not saying that no straight person should ever go to a gay club. I really think the ratio should be, like, you need 2 gays before you're allowed.
Yeah.
That should be the ticket.
I understand what you mean, though, because, you know, you'll go out to these places that, especially, you know, I feel that way about Tinder and stuff. Like, there are a lot of girls on there who will put their settings to women because they want friends. And I'm just like, you don't need this app to make friends. I need this app to find someone to date, and you're, like, intruding on my space, and you're cluttering it. And I feel the same way about the clubs and the bars, how, like, there isn't really a scene specifically for queer identifying people. I mean, there's, like, 3-4 gay clubs in Midtown, all in Midtown. And then there's MSR. Can I say that on TV? Then there's that one lesbian bar. And there's only one. So it's kind of like, what do you do?
What do you do?
Where do you go?
You just, you outlaw the straights. And that sounds a little ridiculous, because how can you screen for straightitude at the door?
When you think about all the identities that are out there, the spaces that we do have definitely don't cover all of those people.
They don't.
And so it's kind of like, where, like, if you can't go to Bella Noche's, where could you go? So do you think that our dating rules as queer people differ than the dating rules that are out there for straight people?
I think that's a common misconception, especially for little baby gays and straight people trying to become allies. We as queer people are not trying to imitate the straight relationship.
Some of us are.
Well,
No, I'm not talking about myself, but because that stigma is, like, pushed on us, I feel like a lot of gay men specifically try to imitate that with, like, just, like, how they're seen. Like, there's always, like, is there usually, like, a feminine and a masculine one? Because there's, like, the tops and the bottoms.
Yeah, there's the tops and the bottoms, but I would like to say that, like, it does happen, but it's not a rule.
Right.
You know?
And a lot of people see that and they think that, oh, well, like, you know, someone plays the man and someone plays the woman.
I don't think it's inherently that. I think that most of us are just trying to share a life with another person, and gender roles be damned. What the fuck? I can clean the house, and I can also go outside and make money, and, you know, I just don't find the necessity in trying to imitate straight relationship gender roles. It just makes no sense to me. Like, why would we do that? We're so much more fabulous.
The thing that gets me the most, though, is when people find out that I date women, and they'll be like, oh, like, lucky you. Like, when women find out that I date, like, straight women, they'll be like, oh, lucky you, like, you don't have to deal with men. And I'm just like, no, I have dealt with some, you know, you might as well call that a straight relationship, because I've been in those same situations. And so I think we're a lot more similar than we think, because I've been ghosted on, you know,
it happens,
stuff
to
like
everybody.
that. Yeah, you know, there are a lot of women who don't open themselves up emotionally. We're not all like that. So I think, you know, relationships in general are just messy. Gay, straight, bi,
whatever,
pan, poly, whatever.
Ace.
You gonna have some troubles.
On a more lighter note, let's talk about something really cute while we're on the topic of dating. What was your first date?
Oh gosh. What was my first date? Okay, so, like, that goes back to the whole talking and dating thing, because, like, what is a date? Like,
True.
what is that? Because I considered, okay, growing up in this place where there are literally like 4 gay people.
There's a lot more now.
Right. Where I
We
thought there
didn't
were
know.
4.
We thought there was just us.
Right. When I was in high school, I had never gone on a date. And so a date for me was just anywhere where I could be in a room with someone who also liked women. And we were just like, you know, interested in each other. So when I got to college, there were a lot of instances where I was like talking to someone, I guess. Now I know what that is. And we would end up going on like these group little outings, and I would call those dates. So I guess like my first date would have been a sidebar.
Oh my god, ew!
I think so. I think it would have been like one of those times where like we were all out as a group and I was with my significant other.
Short stack, we'll call it.
I think that time at Mango's was a date, and I think that time at IHOP was a date. But
The time at Mango's where Short Stack showed up late with a bad weave
yes.
and then had changed her order and made the Jamaican waitress mad.
And she was in her CVS uniform.
Oh.
I mean her drugstore that will not be named uniform.
Oh.
So, yeah, I really don't know what my first date was, but I can tell you what my first actual date was, and it was just at a pasta place. Yeah, we went and got some pasta. And that's like the first date I considered a date because it was just the 2 of us, and we did end up in a relationship. What about you?
I think I've shared the same experiences with you because, you know, we were hanging out in the same crowd, you know. We were all fucking in the same dating pool.
Yep. That's what happens. That's the only difference between straights and gays.
That is kind of true.
We have less to choose from, so we all fuck each other.
I think my first official date, it was really cute. We went to Chipotle, and then we went to the movies, and we watched a Melissa McCarthy film, even though she plays, like, the same person in every movie.
She really does. No hate, though.
No hate. I love them. I'll watch every single one. But same person. Let's not pretend. And then we went to, for some reason, Toys R Us. It was like in the same shopping center. I think we were just going around there, just walk and talk and fuck around. We rode bikes.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. And we dated for like 2 weeks until they decided I liked them more than they did me.
Oh, I just realized something. Along with my date at the pasta place, we did go back to my place that I had. It was a dorm. But we went back there and drank wine, so that was cute or whatever. And then we like stayed up talking till like 4 a.m.
Oh, that is really cute.
And that's how we like realized that we liked each other. But there was something else that I was gonna say about dates. Oh my god, I lost it. You said something about Toys R Us.
We were just walking around,
Y'all
talking.
walked around.
Right.
Oh, Pride. Pride was like a date for me. Because I brought a girl.
You brought a girl to Pride.
I brought a girl to Pride. But I left with another girl.
Yeah, tell the story completely. You brought girl A to Pride and left with girl B.
Listen. What had happened was, I saw this girl at an alliance meeting at school. That's where we all, you know, met our gays. It was a really cute space that we had at school. And so I saw this girl, and I wanted, like, you know, I wanted her number or whatever, but she left before the meeting was over. So I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna see her again. It's tragic. R.I.P. So then, you know, a couple weeks passed, and, like, Pride weekend was happening. And I was talking. Wow. Okay.
You were talking.
I was talking to someone. And I invited her to Pride. So we went together. Well, like, she met me there. And then I saw that the girl that I saw at the Alliance meeting was at Pride. And I was like, holy shit, that's the girl of my dreams right there in front of me. But I'm with this other girl. What do I do? So the other girl ended up leaving. And I got left with the girl of my dreams. And one thing led to another.
And she burned her house down.
The end. Not my house, her own house.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
She wanted to get out of dating Braxton so bad, she
So
burned
bad.
her own house down. Honestly, that's That's pretty intense.
If y'all want to know more details, send me a direct message on Instagram.
She's got a whole rant prepared.
I got it. I just copy and paste.
Speaking of Instagrams, are we going to plug? I'm going to plug.
Amazing Ozzy on Instagram. That is OMAZINGOZZIE. Do you know what that means?
I'm galaxy.alexander, and it's spelled very interesting because I'm interesting. That is GALEXY.ALXNDR. And thank you for joining us today. I hope you guys liked this topic, and I hope queer people will find it and that they'll love to relate to it, and straight people will find it and they'll just get a little peek into what our world looks like.
I agree. I think it's very important that this is out here for straight people as well. It's not just for queer people. I want straight people to know, what's going on over here, because they're kind of clueless. Not in a bad way, but it's true. I really want our two worlds to come together in a way where we're able to understand each other and relate to one another, and see that we're not as different.
We're not so different, you and I.
We're not so different. What is that?
Literally every hero and supervillain monologue.
Oh, okay. I was
ever.
like, which movie we quoting today?
Thanks, everybody, for listening. This is Galaxy.
And Braxton.
And we hope you heard us
Loud and queer.